In the 80s, malls were the place to go. You'd hang out, get a ton of shopping done, and be able to hit up the Sbarro, Orange Julius, and Cinnabon before you had to leave. There are obviously still some malls around, but I'd venture to say that the majority of our shopping is now at the mall to end all malls, Amazon. They have just about anything and everything you can imagine. But what if they started offering products from the future? Would you buy something? I'm a bit late to the party, but I just finished binging Futmalls.com on Netflix. It released episodically, but now all episodes are available. Is this something worthy of your time? Strange occurrences afflict a group of people after they purchase items on a shopping website from the future. This is a Taiwanese series that's a mix of sci-fi, mystery, and drama. I watched it in the original Mandarin language with English subtitles. So right off the bat, this has a Black Mirror vibe to it. But instead of being standalone episodes, this has an ongoing narrative with the focus of the story breaking off into branches as it moves along. The premise of the show is that there is a website, Futmalls, that appears to certain people. You can't just search for it, and even if you do, the search doesn't return any results. The products that you can buy are from the future, with manufacture dates ranging from just a couple of years in the future to decades ahead. It's not been explained how this happens, nor how the site appears to some and not others. I have a theory that it's based on people's deepest desires, but it hasn't been confirmed by any concrete story elements yet. The items all seem to come with a bit of a catch, something a little unexpected, but not necessarily bad. That's part of what gives this a little of the Black Mirror vibe. There's some subtle social commentary mixed in with the stories as well. In the first few episodes, the mystery is compelling. And while it may seem like it's obvious as to the answers, they throw in enough doubt to make us a little uncertain. These episodes also help to set up the characters that we will follow through the rest of the season. We have a detective, Li Zhongwei, and his co-workers, his brother who is a cyber geek police officer, his psychiatrist girlfriend, and the sister of one of the people involved in the mystery. That's a handful, I know. I like how the characters are established and how we get some backstory on a few of the main characters, which are important to the overall plot. We also get some ongoing development with them, helping to give them a more of a complete profile. The tone of the show shifts as the story plays out. First we have a dramatic mystery, then it shifts to a very emotional drama, and then to a tense and urgent mystery again. And along with the tone, the pace varies as well. When the story is more focused on the emotional drama in the middle episodes, it slows way down. The story takes its time, pulling us into the journey our characters are on. It's heartbreaking and it's unnerving, and the tonal shift is certainly noticeable. It's not necessarily in a negative way though, but if you're expecting the entire show to function and feel like the first couple of episodes, you're going to be disappointed. The last 3 episodes are exciting and disturbing. There's a definite urgency that is created, and it kept me hooked. The imagery in these last few episodes is also unsettling. These are easily the darkest of all the episodes, even though there's a fair amount of darkness spread throughout the show. Many of the episodes end on cliffhangers, which was probably tense and annoying if you were watching this from week to week. Luckily, I hopped on this once they'd all aired, so I was able to just binge from start to finish. The first season is 8 episodes, and each are around that 40-ish minute mark, so while each ep isn't a massive time commitment, to binge it all will take a small chunk of time. Now, the series isn't perfect. There are times where the characters do or say things that don't really fit in normal convention, but they work okay with the overall narrative. And more importantly, I don't think they work against the narrative. Sure, there are some story conveniences thrown in to make the plot work, some things that are not too in line with reality, but then again, this is a sci-fi show, so some things we just need to accept because of the genre. There are some times where minor CGI is used. It's not 100% awesome, but it is functional. And again, because this is sci-fi, the rationale of how some of it happens, how it appears, we just have to go with it on faith. I enjoyed the characters, and a couple of them grew on me more than I expected them to at the beginning of the show. I was also surprised by the tonal shifts, but again surprised that I ended up liking how it was handled and how it made me more emotionally invested in the show. The changes in tone actually drew me in a deeper way. I was totally digging the sci-fi mystery vibe, but once it touched me, I was all in. While I'm not sure when season 2 will come out, I really hope it's sooner rather than later. I loved how this first season ends and can't wait to see what's in store for our characters. I hope that we'll get some more insight also into Futmalls itself. There's a huge opportunity to take us down the rabbit hole into some weird and unsettling places. There's no sex, brief nudity, some profanity, and some brutal violence. I give season 1 of Futmalls.com 4 out of 5 couches. So what's something you think you could get from a mall in the future? Me, I'm all about a working hoverboard. I mean, we were teased with that back in Back to the Future too. And I think some of the creators are very close. But let me know what you'd want in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for catching with me.